We all know this is a sports channel, but we ain't just got to talk about the athletes. We can talk about the commentators. So, Stephen A. Smith, this one's for you, baby.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
And welcome to another. Actually, it's not even another. We never actually do these. We never do a J Talk Sports video. But I got one for y'all today, man. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope y'all hit that like. Hope y'all hit that subscribe for your boy on the way in. I ran across a video, just scrolling through YouTube, and ran across a video of Stephen A. Smith citing a source being a little critical of Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics. All right. Now, a Hall of Famer by the name of Isaiah Thomas came out and he had some words for Stephen A because clearly he didn't like what Stephen A was citing, or whether it was just Stephen A saying it himself. Because you know a lot of people like to quote sources, but they don't never say the source name. So I'm gonna play y'all the rundown of how ESPN try to do it, and I'm gonna break something down for you because I think this is a reason why a lot of people are choosing not to participate in the ESPN. Yeah, whatever the hell they doing over there. So let's get it, y'all.
Read to y'all what an NBA source just sent me. He said, Jaylen Brown, it's not so much that he's underrated, it's that he's just not liked because of his, quote, I am better than you attitude. He knows it. It's the same reason he is not as marketable as he should be. That's what an NBA source just sent me. I don't know that to be the case. I like Jaylen Brown. I know a lot of people that like Jaylen Brown. But again, when you think about marketability, that's what that person was alluding to.
Okay, that clip was of Stephen A. last Friday on First Take, obviously making the rounds on social media. It got the attention of friend of the show, Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas, who posted on X, Twitter, I've been a mentor, friend, and advisor to Jaylen Brown since he was a student at UC Berkeley. He is 100% marketable. And before you slander his name, Stephen A., tell your source to put their name on it or don't speak on it. Let it be known. In addition to Thomas, Jaylen Brown also took to Twitter saying simply, state your source. SA, you responded on social media, but we wanted to give you the opportunity to say your piece here as well.
Well, first of all, a couple of things. As was the case with Draymond Green, it's the same or similar with Isaiah Thomas. I love these brothers. Draymond Green is a younger brother. Isaiah Thomas, obviously, is an older individual. Shay, somebody that I've known for over 30 years. My only disappointment is that Isaiah Thomas calls or texts me all the time. I saw that on X. Never heard a word from him until I saw it on X. So that was disappointing. The other thing that was disappointing is what he said in terms of state your source or don't speak on it. Respectfully, Isaiah Thomas, you've been a source to a lot of people over the years, and your name was never said. So why would you ask me to name a source now? So let's get that out the way.
And this is where we got to stop because this is where the problem began. Stephen A., respectfully, Isaiah Thomas wrote on X, regardless of whether he has your number or not, okay? Like, I don't know why you're trying to make it seem like he had to come to you personally behind closed doors to make something happen. You spoke openly about Jaylen Brown, openly, in public. So Isaiah spoke in public, too, on the issue. But regardless of him having your number, you're asking Isaiah, well, not even asking Isaiah. You're pretty much putting it out there that Isaiah has been a source for some of the stuff that I'm guessing you have reported. You reported on. I have a source in the NBA, and I'm guessing that was Isaiah. Now you're putting his name out there. So how about go the step further and do exactly what Isaiah asked you to do? Put your source out when you said that stuff about Jaylen Brown. he's gonna try to spin it to make it seem like, oh well, you were a source, so I never put your name out before. You're putting his name out right now. So how about you just go ahead and double down on it and put the source out for the people that you said gave you this information or this point about Jaylen Brown. But watch how he tries to spin it a little bit further. Watch Stephen A. He a little slick little motherfucker.
As it pertains to Jaylen Brown, I would like to say to America, before I get into it any further, they play these little clips on you because that's what social media does. And they don't play the whole thing and they don't contextualize it properly, as you and I both know, Shay Shay. So before I go any further, could y'all please play what I continue to say about Jaylen Brown, that same segment? He might be one of the most underrated stars in the game, Big Perk, and I'm certainly not going to disagree with you with that. The brother can ball. When he got over $300 million, we didn't sneeze at that because we know he got the talent to back it up. We saw him perform in the NBA Finals. He ain't got time for foolishness in games. He don't tolerate fools very easily. He's one of those dudes, and sometimes that can be interpreted as you not being like, well, damn it, if you're a fool, he ain't the person that you want to be around because he's a serious brother and he's got deep thoughts on his mind and what have you. And that old soul that you come in when your best friend is your granddad and he's talking to you about real life, some of the things he endured and experienced and what have you. And that's what you wear on your sleeve every day, and then you go out and you compete, particularly in Boston. I love Boston and all that stuff, but from an historical perspective, there's a lot that comes with that as well. We can't ignore that. I understand it.
All right, now we're going to pause right here real quick, like, y'all. Stephen A. said, show the entire clip so we don't get any people taking things out of context. Did you ever just notice how they just chopped that up? And you heard when Stephen A. said the first part. I agree with you, Perk. I agree with you, Perk. Perk the one who said the nice things about him. Stephen A. just repeated it. Now, Stephen A., he's known for giving somebody credit. Like, look, I'm just going ahead and say, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a great player. I think he's great. But they didn't put that but part in there. Stephen A. wants full context. Like, dude, this is ESPN. They're going to defend you and they're going to do what they want to do. You said play full context. You didn't play the entire clip all the way through. We didn't hear you pushing back on what Perk was saying. None of that. So, matter of fact, I'm just letting him keep talking because he's on a roll right now.
That's what I said, Jaylen Brown, in case you're watching. So because clearly some people have a hard time dissecting and understanding English from time to time. Let me speak very, very plain as to what I was saying. Jaylen Brown is a star in this league. I voted him for one of the All-NBA teams. I have a vote. He was on my third team All-NBA. So let's get that out the way. Secondly, I've been on this show for 12 years. You can't find a negative word I've said about this brother. He is a gifted athlete. He is a star. He's a good dude. He's socially.
Stephen A., I don't know if you want to say that because we got people out here that are hunters. Hunter-gatherers. I put it on that one. Hunter-gatherers. They do both of the jobs. They'll find you saying something bad about Jaylen Brown because I could have sworn a couple years ago you was talking about they needed to trade Jaylen Brown because they holding back Jason Tatum. But we're going to keep going.
Conscientious. He was on the front lines through the whole social justice movement. He spoke out on a lot of things. He got his new $300 million contract. I pointed out his philanthropy within the community and how he wanted to galvanize the Boston community to help the desolate and the disenfranchised. This dude is a magnificent, magnificent brother. Isaiah Thomas has heard me say this before. Jaylen Brown has heard me say this before. I don't know why this was made up into something bigger than what it was. I've been nothing but complimentary about him. I'm going to continue to do that. I pointed out what I pointed out because when you are conscientious, Shannon, when you are somebody that speaks your mind and speak on behalf of others, sometimes that doesn't make you marketable because people want to hold that against you. As black men, we've pointed this out on many, many occasions, how those of us who are socially conscientious, that have an active activist soul that is willing to fight for the underprivileged and beyond, like Jaylen Brown does, might have contributed to him being disliked. Isaiah Thomas is one of those people. You know how much great things that Isaiah Thomas has done in this world from an activist standpoint? Do you know that Isaiah Thomas is largely responsible for the diversity that exists within the media? Because when he was the president of the Players Association, he was the one that fought with the league to make sure that blacks got to cover the NBA. Isaiah Thomas has always had an activist soul. How could you suddenly not understand where I was coming from? And if you didn't understand it, why didn't you call me? So the last part I want to say is this, Shannon, because it's very important. I want to hand this to you because I want you to comment about this. Ladies and gentlemen, you got a lot of people with their podcasts, especially people like yourself with the 3+ million followers. My brother, keep doing your thing.
Appreciate you, bro.
Right?
Hating.
Let's understand something. You got people out there talking basketball. I cover it. I have been a reporter for years covering the NBA. When I called the league about Russell Westbrook, I didn't call him to get suspended. I called to find out why, because our show was leading into the game, and the network asked me to call to find out the details. You talk the game. I covered the game. I have sources in every single locker room, in every single front office in the NBA. You don't have to believe it. It's a matter of fact. But in the end, please understand something about me. I don't want enemies. I got love for people. I'm a very happy individual, as you well know. I'm living a good life. Life has treated me very, very well a whole bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to be anybody's enemy, but I am not here to be your friend. I have a job to do, and I'm going to do my job. And if somebody that I trust, that is a source that I've known for decades, texts me and gives me a perspective on Jaylen Brown that I find other people are saying it, it's nothing wrong with me highlighting it. I didn't agree with it, but I pointed out that it's being said. We don't have Thanksgiving dinner together. We ain't exchanging Christmas gifts together. If people don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me. I'm still going to do my job. That's the way it's going to be, and that is the way it is going to stay. I say that respectfully, Shannon, because I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to be enemies. I'm not trying to dismiss anybody. I pride myself on being fair, being humane, but I'm professional. I'm going to do my job. I don't owe anybody not to do my job. That's not what ESPN hired me to do. Go ahead, Shannon.
All right, now, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it straight from the horse's mouth. I don't know why he did all that word salad, y'all. Just being honest with you. He said that he's not going to pretty much put out negative stuff on people, but he's going to do his job. What does that tell you? He's going to put out negative stuff on people. And when he alluded to his source, Stephen A., I'm be honest with you. I believe you are your own source when it came to that topic about Jaylen Brown. And I am not a Boston Celtics fan. I'll be straight up with you. I never believed in them. I don't believe they're what they're going to be, but this is their best chance to win a championship. But Stephen A., that was a whole bunch of convoluted BS. That's exactly what that was. Isaiah Thomas called you out publicly because you tried to come at Jaylen Brown publicly. All your job is to cover the game. Now you can speculate on things, but to come out and say that he's not marketable because he comes off as if he's better than other people, that's a personal shot. That was a personal shot. And anybody knows that's a personal shot. But you want to make it seem like it came from somebody else. Then name Isaiah Thomas for being a source for other things, but you still never name the source for that. I call cap. I'm just being honest with y'all. I call cap. Stephen A., you need to get some things together, get your life together, whatever you're trying to do. There's a big reason why a lot of people do not watch ESPN like they used to anymore. And FS1 going downhill too. But you always got what's that? First Things First with Nick Broussard and Wiles. Yeah, that's probably the best one on TV right now. But look, y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Because Stephen A. and ESPN be on that nonsense the same way they be on a lot of different topics, man. They ran by Disney, obviously, and Disney has a certain type of mindset and a belief of how they want to operate. But yeah, y'all write down below. Let me know what y'all think. I don't normally do these videos, but I had to do one for this one. Just write it down below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and your boy gonna get up out of here. I catch you in the next one. I'm gonna end y'all off on this. The intro, outro, same thing. Pat Mahomes all day. Peace.